fans are. And the corner already having conversations with the official. As round two begins, I think in particular, Gotti's asking about shots behind the head.
At the end of the day, this is a dream for John Gotti III. You know, your idol. Is across from you in the ring. How many people could say they sparred their idol?
Floyd Mayweather's record speaks for itself, and it made it very much easy to see what each fighter has to offer. Starting with Mayweather, he needed no introduction, as he had maintained an undefeated record throughout his career. He has never been defeated, whether in professional boxing or exhibition matches against figures like Deji or Logan Paul, and now John Gotti III. Whenever Mayweather steps into the ring, he provides a remarkable experience for fans.
To be able just, it's always great to be able to fight where there's a lot of fight fans.
While his exhibition fights may not match the intensity of his professional bouts, his superior skills are more than enough to captivate and entertain.
And we know that Mexico.
Meanwhile, John Gotti III sports a 5-1 record, with wins over Johnny Adams and Alex Satrowski in his professional boxing career. His sole defeat came at the hands of Nick Alley. While Gotti has shown strong skills in his bouts, taking on Mayweather will present a whole new challenge. TNT is a top-tier fighter, and defeating him will be a considerable test for Gotti. It remains to be seen if Gotti can rise to the occasion and overcome Mayweather. However, when it comes to predicting the outcome, it's clear that most boxing fans would place their bets on Mayweather without hesitation. His unparalleled skill and undefeated record make him the overwhelming favorite in this matchup. 181. Ahead of their scrap, Mayweather has made some surprise comments regarding Mexico, given all that has occurred during the buildup. Mayweather has made a second career out of fighting in exhibitions since hanging up the gloves, taking part in 7 boxing events since hanging up the gloves in 2017, ironically remaining more active than some current fighters and champions in the sport. However, this weekend's opponent may be the most meaningful of all his post-professional dance partners after what went down when the duo last stepped into the ring together. After bossing the early exchanges, Mayweather saw his contest against Gotti waved off by the referee due to excessive trash talking from both parties.
Floyd Mayweather weighs in 72.9 kilos, 72,900.
Although, it was the brawl that followed shortly afterwards that made headlines, as the teams of both men collided in the ring in one of the most viral moments of boxing in 2023. This time around, Mayweather has been taunted by fans, who chanted for Canelo Alvarez during the open workout. Over a decade since, TBE outpointed the national superstar in Las Vegas.
160.38 pounds for the world.
At the press conference, Gotti III made it clear that he believes himself to be the home fighter in the Mexico City rematch. All of the preparation is done. We did all of the work. I am ready to fight. I am excited to be here. I am blessed to be here. From the minute that we landed, we have been blessed with open arms everywhere that we have been, restaurants and in the street. All of the hardworking Mexicans have pledged their loyalty to the Gottis and King Gotti.
Also said Floyd honored his word. He gave me the rematch. They didn't have to. Could have moved on and did his thing, and I appreciate that.
Gotti also added, Floyd honored his word and gave me the rematch. He didn't have to. He could have moved on and did his thing, and I appreciate that. We're gonna put on a good show. We're gonna fight. It's gonna be exciting. I know what to expect. I've felt Floyd's punches. I've seen him move. He's still got it at 47 years old. And mentally, for a year, I've been preparing for that style. We have to get in the trenches here and fight. There is no other way. If he has to get knocked out, if I have to get knocked out, so be it. It has to happen. Whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen.
The fight we had in Florida, that was my first time on a stage that big against Floyd.
Yet, to the surprise of many, Mayweather seemed unbothered by the chanting or by the support for Gotti, instead paying his respects to the proud boxing history of Mexico, as well as to Jose Sulaiman, the former president of the WBC who passed away in 2014.
And I spoke about this the other day. The country of Mexico.
The country of Mexico, the boxing pedigree in the whole country since I have been a little kid, has been truly, truly unbelievable. So many legendary champions, so many legendary fighters, but the WBC is by far the best boxing organization in the world of boxing. Jose Sulaiman was a great, great guy. My prayers go out to Mauricio Sulaiman and all of his family.
The boxing pedigree in the whole country since I've been a little kid.
He then continued, I want to say thank you to my team and the Gottis. Let's go out there and put on a show. One thing about me is that I've heard it all. I've been around the world and competed against the best. When you talk about the Olympics, I've competed against the best, whether it was the world champion in the Olympics or professionally. The pedigree of Mexico boxing is truly unbelievable. You talk about the legendary Julio Cesar Chavez. My uncle Roger Mayweather fought him twice. He came up short, but he fought him twice. It is always about competing and going up against the best. So Saturday it is what it is. I've already faced the best.
It's been truly, truly unbelievable.
El pedigrí del boxeo mexicano desde que soy un...
The Mayweather vs. Gotti 1 exhibition bout in June 2023 ended in controversy and pandemonium. Gotti was disqualified in round 6 for frequent fouls, and that's when a big in-ring melee broke out between the teams. Mayweather's first fight with Gotti III was declared a no contest after referee Kenny Bayless stopped the action in round 6 due to excessive trash talking. But Gotti then forced his way past the official and continued throwing punches at Mayweather.
Those hooks straight right away.
30-year-old Gotti, the grandson of organized crime icon John Gotti, turned professional in boxing just a year before the fight. He also held a 5-1 record in mixed martial arts. Before the contest began, there was a loud Gotti chant from the crowd. A big delay before the start of the first round, because there was a mob of people in Mayweather's corner that security and others had to clear out. Once the first round started, Mayweather was toying with Gotti and began to unload with punches from the start. Gotti was pinned against the ropes and covering up and not throwing much of anything in return. It was a complete mismatch with Mayweather landing whatever he wanted from all angles. Mayweather was dancing, trash talking, and having fun in the ring.
And he gonna perform tonight. It's gonna be, you might see it.
In the second, Mayweather was picking his spots with punches to the head and body. Gotti actually threw a few shots, but they were too slow and hit air. The third round saw Mayweather come out in a shell and dared Gotti to bring the fight to him. Gotti refused to take the bait. He tried to throw more punches, but not much landed. Mayweather continued to tag his body with hooks and then came back upstairs. Gotti was too slow with his punches to connect in the fourth. Mayweather pinned him against the ropes and began to unload with shots to the head and body.
Upstairs, downstairs, back upstairs.
Gotti tried trash talking and got popped in the face for his trouble. In the fifth, there wasn't much of anything from either guy, as Mayweather was taking his time and picking his shots. Before the start of the sixth, referee Kenny Bayless warned both men for their continued trash talking and antics in the ring, and warned that he would stop the fight if they continued to ignore him. Bayless had warned them several times for their trading of obscenities during the bout. Once the round began, they continued to trash talk and use rough tactics, so Bayless had finally seen enough and waved off the fight. Once the fight was waved off, Gotti lost it and went after Mayweather, and they began to brawl.
Tish, I want to say thank you for being there, my assistant. Just everybody.
As a fighter, emotions and tensions are running high, Gotti recently told a reputable news source. The fight became very personal very early. Floyd became his verbal assault and physical, right from the opening bell. I wasn't going to lay down and show my belly for anybody. If I had submitted, I think Kenny Bayless would have been okay with it, but I'm not going to take anybody's stuff. When I started verbally attacking him back, it became a problem. I think the hypocrisy there is a little confusing to me.
Part of my team, Dan, I want to say thank you. And of course, Nicole Craig played a major role.
What happened, happened. Eventually, heads cooled, at least enough to revisit doing business with one another. Mayweather, 47, and Gotti, 31, agreed to rematch, but it took over a year to get a finalized date on the books. The exhibition rematch takes place Saturday at Arena CDMX in Mexico City. While Gotti doesn't take what Mayweather tapped in the ring as anything beyond gamesmanship, there is unfinished business.
Like I said before, it's so many different pieces to the puzzle that help me get to where I'm at.
The fight was unfinished. I think the fight was just getting good, to be honest. The 5th and 6th rounds were the most interesting rounds of the fight. I was perplexed why they stopped the fight, to be honest with you. The fight was just getting interesting. I was starting to feel good and I was getting settled in. Floyd punched himself out, whether he liked it or not. His output was almost gone at that point. He was throwing just jabs in the 5th and 6th round. He thought he was going to come in there and knock me out. He thought I was going to lay down, and he thought wrong.
But we don't ever speak about these certain individuals, even like...
Gotti wishes the Mayweather fight was professional and not exhibition. But at 50, 0. Mayweather seems content not risking the 0. During the twilight of his career, exhibition or not, Gotti thinks a win over Mayweather would be historic. People are still going to watch the fight, Gotti said. They're still going to judge the rounds of the fight. If I go in there and win some rounds on him and look good doing it convincingly, he'll be leaving an impression on people. So it's important. Floyd definitely treats it like a pro fight. I've never seen Floyd more determined and aggressive in any fight in his entire career.
No me importa si es Pacquiao, no me importa quién está a un lado, para mí, todos son iguales y yo estoy preparado.
The grandson of the infamous gangster who sported the same name, he first appeared on the combat sports radar in MMA. After 5 straight wins to kick off his pro career, Gotti lost for the first time in October 2020. He then pivoted to pro boxing where he went 2-0. Saturday's match will tell Gotti which career path he should go down. I think this fight is going to be very telling of my future, Gotti said.
What's next for you? What do you want for your future?
To fight Saturday.
I'm going to wait and see how this fight plays out. If all goes well, I'm sure proper opportunities will come up in boxing. I'm definitely open to coming back to MMA at some point. I'm not ever going to leave on a loss. I'll at least try to come back to MMA and finish my career on a win. My last fight didn't go as planned. This came into our hands, the Floyd Mayweather fight. So listen, we take it one fight at a time. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.